Hey everyone. So I did a video yesterday that I wanted to give a little more clarity on, a little more context, and the video is going to be part of this video. So after I'm done talking, you'll see the video. And I keep getting asked, what was it that finally started to make sense to me to start taking some medication for mental health? I take SAMHSA, 40 milligrams of that, and I take that every day, every morning, 40 milligrams of that. But what finally led to me to start taking it after so many years of struggling with anxiety and not sleeping and dealing with all this stuff? So that's what this video explains. I've touched on this stuff already in other videos, but I keep getting asked about it, so I thought I'd just do a dedicated video. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of this video. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Hey everybody, so today I'm going to answer a question that I have been getting recently by some subscribers. And the question is, what started me what happened to me to make me start taking medication? And it's been 2 years on February 8th that I started taking medication. So I've been on it just a couple days shy of 2 years. And what started this, what made this happen to start taking this, because I really could have took it any time growing up. I have had bad anxiety my whole life. And what finally happened was a traumatic event. My cousin and my dad were going to meet over at my house on a Monday morning. They each live, my cousin lives an hour and 20 minutes away. My dad lived 15 minutes away. I lived in Pequot Lakes. And they were going to meet at my house, get in a car, and then drive all the way down to St. Paul, Minnesota to the Harley dealership and pick me up. So I was going to be riding my Harley down, and I was going to be leaving a little bit ahead of time before they got to my house. And I was going to be dropping it off, and they'd bring me back home. So that morning, I'm looking at maps on my phone, and I'm seeing Josh is in Brainerd. So he's like 15 minutes from my house. He started his route from McGrath, Minnesota. And I thought, you know, Dad's going to be here in a few minutes. Josh is almost here. I'm going to take off and get a head start. So I got on my Harley and I took off. And I decided to take a back route and go these roads that were off the beaten path. Basically the same way Josh was coming from, because he lived in a rural area. And I could go that way or the main highway. And I thought it'd be safer not to go on the highway. I'd just take these back roads. So I took off. And I didn't put two and two together, but when I got down to Brainerd and I was just leaving Brainerd, I was at the same spot that I saw Josh on the maps on my phone. I didn't put that together yet, but that's where I was, in that same location. I saw him on the maps, and I'm going up a little bit of a hill. At the very top of the hill, about a mile up, just a slow incline of a hill at the top, I see tons of different lights going on. I'm like, what's going on up there? And the closer I got, I realized it must be an accident. And again, I did not put this together yet. I get up close. I'm having a great day. I'm on my bike. It's beautiful out. It's sunny out. And I'm riding down to the Harley dealer. And if you're a Harley guy, there's something cool about going to the Harley dealer. So I was ready for a good day. And I got a little closer, and a state trooper smiled at me, and I smiled back. I'm still, you know, trying to figure out what I'm dealing with here, what's in front of me. I'm going really slow because the traffic's kind of stopped now. And all of a sudden I look over to the left, and it was a Harley Davidson 100th anniversary Fat Boy. I know that bike because I just bought that bike. I bought that bike for my cousin. So I knew right away that was my cousin and his bike. And you know, I was in an accident scene of my cousin. And I pulled over, and a cop come up to me real quick, and he asked me what I was doing. I said, hey, that's my cousin's bike. That's my cousin. I need to know what's going on. He's on the way to my house right now. And I think right about then I went into shock. I could still talk. I still had my faculties, but I think I was in shock. And the state trooper that I was talking to, he told me my cousin didn't make it. He had a bad head injury, and that he didn't make it. And he asked me if I was okay to ride my bike home. I said I was. I don't think I was, but at the time, my brain was just not there the way it should have been. I rode home. I don't know how I made it home. It was the worst ride of my life on my Harley, which I normally loved doing. And but I made it home. before I left, they asked me to not tell anybody that my cousin had died in a motorcycle wreck because they had state troopers en route to his house where him and his girlfriend and children lived, and also to his mom's house. And they both lived on the same property in McGrath, so there was 2 houses. And they didn't want me to say anything to them before they were actually notified. And that day was a horrible day. That day was horrible. I made it home, and Josh Ferris, he was a great guy. I miss him dearly, and losing him was really, really hard. We had been estranged for a couple of, more than a couple of years, a lot of years, just because we went different paths in life. And we had gotten back together as cousins and as best friends the last couple of years. He was over at my house every single day, and we rode motorcycle together. We hung out together. He worked on my houses that I owned. I owned a handful at the time, and he would do all the maintenance and work on them. And that was just a hard thing. So what happened was, when I got home that day, like I say, I was in shock, and I think I slept okay that first couple of nights. But then all of a sudden something happened to where I'd go to sleep and I would be right back on the scene with all those lights and everything going on. And I'd wake up and then not get back to sleep. And that happened for 3 nights in a row of no sleep. So I went down, Reagan, my wife, took me down to urgent care, and I met a doctor there who was just the right guy at the right time. He was a guy that used to own his own practice, and he specialized in anxiety, and he had anxiety himself and was taking medication for it. And for some reason, I needed that at that time. I needed somebody to be that little angel for me. And he recommended that I'm probably a guy that's going to take medication for the rest of my life. And he put me on medication, and I haven't missed a dose in almost 2 years, and I've slept every night since he put me on medication. But it was that traumatic experience that I had that got me to the point where I didn't have a choice. I dealt with it for years. It was so bad anyway, but it took that experience for me to actually get on medication. And I'm glad I'm on it. I'm in a better place with it. Like I say, I've slept every night since I've started taking it, which even in a good year, there's lots of nights in that year where I wouldn't sleep. And it's been 2 years of not one night not sleeping. I'm not saying every night's been amazing, but there's not been one night that I haven't been able to sleep. So this was the right decision for me. It just took that traumatic experience to get me there. So anyway, that's why I'm on medication. Anyway, I dedicate this video to Josh Ferris. I miss him. I love him. Anybody has any questions or want me to talk about anything, please keep the questions coming, because I love doing videos for you guys and telling you about my experiences. And hopefully somebody can see something good in these videos that helps them. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.